What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy Show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
That's me, everyone.
How much cocaine you do today?
I don't do cocaine, but what I do is
the Kickstarter has begun.
I was thinking about taking up shadowboxing again, Greg.
You've launched a new T-shirt
I
campaign
have launched
for
a t-shirt
shadowboxing.
for that, and because I actually did,
districtlines.com/GameOverGreggy.
I did the design for it, and in doing the design for it,
You did not get back into shadowboxing.
I started designing it with both hands, and then midway through the design, by the way, that design, countless hours went into that. Arguably like 3 or 4 weeks of my time. As I was designing, one of my hands just started.
Yeah.
You know, just to kind of get back into the
That's like swimming. That's
the
not
motion of it.
shadowboxing.
It's how you warm up your rotator cuff.
He was loosening up.
You got to loosen it up. You get a little bit of this, and then all of a sudden I heard a noise, and I immediately snapped back to my Kata 1 position.
Yeah.
From none of this actually happened.
And then you look down,
None of
and
this
it's
actually
a whole new design. It just
And I
felt
was like,
right.
whoa.
And next to the computer was his dead wife.
Oh my god.
He's a lethal weapon, ladies and gentlemen. You can't sneak up on him. That's not how it works, D.
Roger, that's a special forces tattoo.
Lethal Weapon 1.
Okay, great. Then we got the Pride of Long Island, Colin Moriarty. Oh, yeah, you're popping. You're showing your pop filters.
Guys, we're going to get pop filters.
One kid talked about pop filters.
There's a lot
It
of kids that will talk about it.
That one kid's gonna
I've
be
never seen
real
anyone
happy.
talk about pop
Chris
filters.
Ostertag, whom I trust implicitly.
Yeah, he
talks
does,
about
he
pop
does
filters.
audio for Austin City Limits, so he knows a
So
thing
he
or
knows
two
his
about
stuff.
sound.
He was like, hey.
He also knows a thing or two about being
show.
a bitch.
He's like, hey, great show. I gave up on life a long time ago and got married, but
I don't know what that meant.
I was in his wedding. I actually married him.
I know that.
It
I was
means
there.
that marriage ends your life.
But
That's
why
what
did
I-
he
that's what I
drop
was
that in
getting at.
about the show?
Because he just it's on his mind.
Okay.
Yeah, he watched our show. Actually, he has a lovely wife, and I'm super happy for you guys. Expecting your first kid. Good job. Hopefully that was public knowledge. If not, it is now.
There's a YouTube video about it, so I don't know.
Okay, good point.
I've never said anything about it publicly because I'm not sure.
I'm
Well,
pretty sure that's a thing.
That's all right.
We confirmed here. GameOverGreggy.com
Oh, man.
exclusive.
Scoop.
So, no, he watched the show, but I trust him implicitly when it comes to audio. And he said, do me a favor, get pop filters.
Uh-huh.
So, the first step, I think, in this journey is to Google pop filter.
Sure.
Figure out what that means.
Sure.
Figure out what that might look like.
Okay.
We had pop
And
filters,
then
though.
buy them. We did. We had the ones that kind of, the little discs that sit over, but they were jankily made. So we need to get professional ones.
I watch Austin City Limits, by the way, every so often.
Yeah.
And last time I watched it, I real proud of Chris Ostertag, and I shook my girlfriend who wasn't paying attention. I'm like, look, my friend's name is in the credits.
And she's
And
like,
that was it.
don't
badass.
fucking touch
she's
me.
like, why
I'm
you-
sleeping.
Why are you touching me?
Ostertag on Twitter, his Twitter handle is Video Grandpa. But he really knows his stuff. I think he actually doesn't do audio. I think he's actually one of their engineers.
Oh, okay.
Like he's one of the guys that like goes back and
He knows a lot of things.
Yeah, he's a very impressive human
Could
being.
you introduce me to some of the Nashville people, you think? From the show Nashville.
I don't think Nashville and Austin are anywhere near each
But
other.
I'm talking about the artists on the TV show Nashville.
I don't
Maybe
know.
they've played Austin City Limits. Maybe they've been to Austin.
Chris, if you're watching this, I would love to meet Scarlett
We would like
or
to know.
Deacon.
Oh, Deacon. God. Man crush, like we talked about last week.
Got that man crush.
Big
on him.
man crush. And then, of course, rounding out the group, the pure one, Tim Gettys.
Let him host.
Let him host indeed, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, you don't know, the Game Over Greggy show is simple. Every week, 4 best friends gather around this here table and bring a random topic, each one of them, for the discussion of the group. On Friday, we post the MP3 at GameOverGreggy.bandcamp.com for $1. And if you say, fuck that, we won't pay, we put them up for free the following week on YouTube, broken out topic by topic. You're probably watching there, youtube.com/GameOverGreggy. But if you're listening to this MP3, driving around the back roads of Tennessee, thanks so much. Means a lot to us.
Just Tennessee. Is that where a lot of us?
Everybody else can go fuck off.
Wow.
You're in Maine right now, eating a lobster.
I'll tell you the one
Break
thing
your
about
dick off,
I've
I
never
don't
been to
care.
Tennessee. My only reference to
Tennessee's
Tennessee is the fact that a lot of whiskey, namely Jack Daniels, comes from Tennessee. if
Tennessee
I'm not
whiskey, yeah.
mistaken. And I have had multiple good nights. Some bad.
You've
but
had a lot of bad nights.
Mostly 50-50 good nights bad. I'll take 50-50 good to bad because of Tennessee, because of whiskey. So thanks, Tennessee. Big ups.
I like Tennessee. I've been there. Memphis, interesting place. That's it. That's all I have to say about it.
Good music there.
All right.
Yeah, good, really good music. Saw 311 there. So it was excellent.
Where haven't you seen
Yeah.
311?
I've seen 311 21 times.
No way.
God.
True story.
Really?
We're
Yeah.
talking about Austin City Limits, which is coming up, and the
That's
headline,
mind-boggling. Is anyone else boggled by that number?
I think he's lying to us.
No, I'm not. I saw them 21 times. 20 of those times were between 1999 and 2006, and then I've only seen them once since.
Oh my god.
Wow.
But I've seen them in, let's see, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania,
Chicago.
Louisiana, Tennessee, California. That's everywhere.
That is insane.
Wow. That's dedication, man.
Yeah, including 5 shows in a row.
I don't even know if I've been to 20 movies.
They're a great live band, man. Tell you what.
What are you doing on your phone over here, Nikki?
I'm looking up something for my topic.
See,
but
all
I
it looks
can't.
like is you're just closing windows on your phone.
I'm trying to because I think I can't get service in this room.
Because you have
In
too many
this
windows
bombed out-
open.
Dude, if he's closed a few more windows, he probably gets pretty
Oh
good
wow,
service.
I have a lot. Open.
It's a pain in the butt trying to remember to close those windows.
I never do. Look, now it's back.
You know what I'm talking about, Tim? On your iPhone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You were
I
staring
just
off
don't
like you
use
had
that
no idea what we're
Safari.
talking about. Well, it's
I
not.
thought
No,
it was
it's
about closing
apps.
windows
He
in
has
here.
multiple
It's
apps.
hot.
No, it's really hot already.
Yeah.
Good thing
Why
everybody's
does
shorts.
everyone always complain about the temperature? This is one of the things I don't understand. Everyone's always complaining about the temperature. It's not
In light for this room.
just generally.
Okay.
It's not like I wish we would only complain about the temperature when it's really hot.
I get
really
so
cold.
hot.
I'm getting hot. I'm a hot man.
I'm like I'm fine.
Well, I have the wiener dog on my lap too.
I just think you guys are crazy. Like it's like the boy who cried wolf. When it's really hot, no one's gonna believe you.
Like when you walk outside and your shoe starts to melt and you're like, guys, it's too hot out here to walk. And everyone's like,
they're
it's not too
shut
hot.
up. It's not too hot.
And they
Always-
push
you always,
past
they'll be
you.
like, you always say
And their
that.
face starts to melt off and you're like,
Yeah.
no.
Tim, you want to know one of my favorite Colin Moriarty stories?
Yes.
When I moved in with Colin Moriarty and it started to turn to winter the first year, he came out one day and he said to me and Mike Mitchell, he's like, and I just want all y'all motherfuckers to know that if you ever think about walking over there and turning on that thermostat to the heat, I want to remind you how cold it is in Boston. And then he walked away. And then the next day he was like, it's cold. I'm turning on the heat.
I love you.
I just turn on the heat all the time.
What are you doing?
Trying to get cell phone reception
I can
in the room.
see you have bars.
It's not. It's doing that loading thing.
That's your fault. That's your phone. Pay for better
Stupid
service.
LTE. I'm on
Tim.
LTE.
What's your topic?
Oh man, we're starting with me.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be fun.
Starting it
We're
off.
Going into it. The topic is visible panty lines. What are your thoughts on them? What are your
Okay.
thoughts on them on others?
Visible.
On yourself?
Define visible panty lines.
You're
So I
saying
got-
so you're saying on yourself and on men. So you're saying underwear lines, but panty sounds hotter.
Whatever you want to call it.
Boxer lines,
Yeah, boxer lines,
thong
little
lines.
brief lines.
So I.
What does that mean? Define that for me.
So you know when you're walking down the street and then you see somebody and then you're looking at their rear end
I
And then
don't-
you
I
see
never-
whoever you
see
want
the
to.
outline. The
and then you see the outline of the underwear, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
What do you like? Do you like that? Do you not like that? Because this is the thing, you know, like that is a very, sexual thing.
Sure.
Doesn't need to be though.
No.
Do you take it that way? Do you not take it that way? Does that get you going?
they know?
Does it not get you going? Well, a lot of them do know. You know, sometimes they don't know.
I feel like that's not. I feel like I feel like
This-
that could be hot, but like it ruins the contour as well of,
Uh-huh.
of like like. To me, when I see that on a woman, maybe that's just because I'm fucking completely ignorant about fashion. But to me, it's like I always think like, does the girl know that you can see the outline of her underwear and it kind of doesn't? It looks a little weird to me.
That's the thing.
You know,
Most of
like-
the time it is weird.
See, for me, I'm a girl or guy. I'm not a fan of it. It means your pants are too tight. And you're not pairing with the
guy.
correct
I don't think
underwear.
I've ever seen a guy's boxers.
I know.
What,
My-
what
my
about
wife
like
has.
seeing the outline of the dick though in the front?
Oh yeah.
Alexis gives me shit about this at work because I wear my pants like I was taught to as an adult, and now the style is not to do that. And then
You
I see
wear
my
your
ass
pants
crack.
just a little too high. Though.
I wear them on my waist where they're supposed to.
to the
or-
point where it
You
looks
sound like
like
my dad.
It looks like your Grindel's gonna just suck them
I'm
up into
saying
it.
here's the problem, and I've talked about this before, but here's my problem with this fashion thing. This is where it came from. The fashion thing is that, like I said in that one, I grew up my ass hanging out, my ass cracked there anytime, but that's not a good look for anybody. So then I bought pants and I started wearing them where I'm supposed to up, and now the style has gone back to seeing ass crack all the time, and it's a pain in the ass.
No, it's a fine line because I've always worn my pants low, always. Even when I dress in a suit or in Dockers or something, like I wear my pants low because it feels like that's where they need to be.
Yeah.
But like this is what always confused me. Like you can feel when your ass is sticking out of your pants. At least I can. Like if you're bending over
Yeah.
the other way.
Yeah, you get
like,
a little,
it's
you get
complete-
a bit of the breeze.
Yeah, and
wind.
it's like you can tell, and it just feels right. Yeah, you feel a little bit of the wind or whatever. Like it's a fine line. You just have to wear them, just so. I don't think I've ever had that issue.
Well, you see, you don't have a fat gut. This is the problem.
Well, I
You're
do have-
not
I do have a
fat.
fat- I think
got
I
the
take
love
issue with
handles
that.
in the
You
spare
don't have a
tire.
fat gut. You
It's
think
either
you're
on
fat.
the tire or
You're-
beneath the tire.
You're what we call skinny fat.
Here we
How
go
many
again.
times
You're
have we seen
pushing it
this?
out. You're pushing it out.
No, I'm not.
Look
You're
at you.
pushing it
Stand up
out.
and do this. Show the camera here what you're doing.
Don't push it out. You're pushing it out.
I'm not pushing it out. Why
Now
do you
grab it
want
again, like what you're talking, what you just did. See, that's pushing it out. That's not team here.
That's not pushing
Suck it in. Suck it in. If you can suck it in, you look skinny now. You sucked it in.
Look at all that.
But
I
it's
got
the
it for
same-
days.
But it's the same thing, Greg, because like you can't suck in or push out fat. I'm grabbing it. I'm showing it to you. That's
That's like skin.
guys.
You try it. You're trying.
See, your underwear hang in this section. If I was to do this, mine would roll because my gut would push it down.
Would roll
like a failing
like
dam.
a convict.
It would
Just
roll like a convict.
over.
What does that
I don't know,
mean?
I was gonna say roll over like a convict. Like, he's
Oh,
putting the screws to
oh.
him. And he's rolling over.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, well.
Oh, okay, so back to this though. Outside of my own nether regions being shown or whatever, which I'm fine with, and most of the people at IGN seem fine
I don't
with.
like it. It makes me.
Okay, well then.
So wait, you can see your dick through your pants? I never really
I don't
looked.
think so.
I've never noticed that.
Thank you very
You're
much.
like, you're like Axl Rose over there.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just like fucking rocking out while I type or whatever. On a girl, like on the girls, most of the time, I think it's a faux pas. I'm not like, oh yeah, she's wearing underwear. It's just like, oh, those pants are too tight, and you clearly, I feel bad for her. I don't think that's this.
I don't think that's intentional.
Well, see, that's the thing. It depends, I think, on what type of underwear it is. That changes the game on how intentional it should.
What
be.
do you think?
Like a
What,
thong?
give me some
So-
underwear.
Well, I mean,
thongs
so
you shouldn't see. Thongs,
should not
thongs are when
see
it
the
looks like
thong.
she's not wearing anything, and there's just you just see
Exactly.
the contour of the butt and the
Yes.
jeans.
Now, if we're talking about visible in terms of super visible, like what Colin just said, that line of boxers, the little
Sorry,
elastic.
that was me.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned,
Take it
that
off my
elastic
socks.
is meant to be outside of the pants for
I
guys.
always wear mine like that.
Yeah, like that just feels right.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Now you know it's real when the socks come off. Here, I'll fix this for you.
Thank you.
with girls, you should never see the underwear come out of the pants.
That used
like-
to be a thing. Remember, that was a thing.
Lita did it
Oh,
in
well,
WWF.
yeah. Riku in Final Fantasy X too.
Okay, nobody's talking
Wait,
about
we're not talking about like when. So
That was the
I'm
thing,
sorry,
though, when
continue.
girls would wear thongs and then.
Oh,
Like,
when they came,
pull
when
them
it
up
would
so
come
you can
out.
see them like here. This was like
I never
not that long
understood that.
ago.
I never understood that. I would see women that would do that, and I was glad.
Yeah. See, that's
That
one
they
of
were
those
that
things that's
bold.
like super like eye catching and like it's awesome, but at the same time, that's not a good look.
No, it's not.
No,
good.
not a good
That's
look.
like- that's
It's a
like-
good
it
look when I
Worked
was.
for Lita. It worked in the Superbad. There was a girl who did that. She's probably
Yes.
underage, but it worked for her too. I'll say it. I don't care.
Yeah.
She's
What
of
do you
age
care?
now.
I have an odd story as far as guys go.
Go
So I had to buy a new suit for Eric Hart's wedding that's coming up. Eric Hart's a very dear, good friend of
Actually, by
ours.
the time we post this, isn't he married?
He will be
Well, I
married.
guess
actually.
if you're
Hey,
MP3 in it back in
congratulations.
Tennessee, no.
No, he might be married.
Videos, married.
Yeah. Main people.
And
if you're MP3 in this in Boston, come to the Game Over Greggy show at PAX East
damn,
Sunday.
when's that happening?
Sunday at
Sunday,
noon, Bumblebee Theater.
Who's going on that show, Greg?
It's going to be me, Tim
Yeah.
Gettys,
I know
Tim
Tim.
Schafer, and Jared Gertzen from Zombie Studios.
Cool. That's gonna be a really good show.
It's gonna be fun.
Colin and I are bummed.
It's
We're
going
not
to be a
there.
disaster.
I'm alright with it.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'll make some cocaine.
I'm gonna
jokes
be
for you.
on the.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be on a beach in Florida during the height of
Sunburn real
spring
bad?
break. I'll think of you and only you.
What's your suit story?
That's it. My suit story is this. So I had to go.
Suit Ryan.
So at first Eric was like, "Hey, we all need to buy suits for this wedding," and my first initial reaction to it was, I don't really want to buy a suit, but then I'm like, oh, I embrace this because I like buying suits.
Yes.
So I go and I find the one I fall in love with. It's great. It's a stunning charcoal suit, and I try it on. My wife's like, everything looks great, but you can't wear boxers because the suit. He told us to get lighter weight suits because it was, it's gonna be hot. In
that
Florida.
linen material.
It's not linen, but it's
That
a
linen
light,
material.
It's linen.
A breathing polyester.
And so she's like, I can see the contours of your boxers, and it's really it's bad.
Distracting.
It's unsettling.
It's
Yeah.
unsettling. It is.
Yeah.
And she goes, you have to wear. And she bought me a long time. Are you familiar with this place called Lululemon?
Oh yeah,
I've never heard of this.
they make yoga pants.
They make
my
very
God.
very very women's clothes. They make some guy stuff. and
They
it's
make
okay.
very women's.
They
But
make
it's
very
it's-
very women's
yes.
It's
clothes.
largely for women who want to work out. And so my wife for the longest time has been trying to get me to wear something Lululemon. So I finally was like, fine, I'll wear the Lululemon underwear when I work out with you, so that it kind of keeps everything
Sure.
where it's supposed to be.
You run around, you get some flopping. You don't want that.
You
It
don't
hurts.
want a lot like in yoga. You don't want the thing swing
Your
anything
dick
swinging back and
swinging
forth.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just say it.
say it.
God.
Anyway, long story short, but when I wear this particular kind of underwear, when I wear the boxer briefs, it for some reason it squeezes too much, and I feel claustrophobic.
Oh, I love
So
boxer
now I'm
briefs.
conflicted.
Oh, man.
No, I don't like it either.
I got to bring them with me on the trip. I got like awesome boxers from the Gap, grizzly bears on some of them. Some of them have like foxes, and then I've got this pair of like striped Lululemon pants or underpants that I got to wear, and I'm conflicted. I bought them both.
Striped Lululemon.
They have like stripes on them.
Now, can you see them through the pants?
No.
This is another female phenomenon
Yes.
that you see a lot with them, where they wear the yoga pants or whatever, and they stretch too thin. You can actually make out the pattern of the
Yeah.
underwear.
If your
Again,
yoga
I
pants
feel like
are
they are
stretched
being
too
violated.
You're doing it right.
thin, you need new yoga pants.
But wasn't this
That's
a
the
thing?
sign.
I
Yeah,
swear
was
this
the
was
thing.
the thing with the company.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
making
it was
yoga
Lululemon.
pants. Oh, okay.
They got like someone got sued and I think they had to settle or pull a lot of merchandise off the shelves because the nylon they were using was way too thin. So when women would do the actual thing that the pants were meant for, which was yoga, it would be like it would go so sheer. And I've seen this in person, and I to this day do not understand why they discontinued those pants.
I just like that they were on the market for so long before anyone noticed this phenomenon, because most people buy the Lululemon pants and just wear them to go to Starbucks.
That's true, but at some point, what happened was someone dropped something at a Starbucks, and a guy was like, "That's amazing," and then it was not poor.
Yeah.
That's my
Lost
theory.
it.
Oh,
what?
That person was you. The
So-
Starbucks was.
I would have never said a
word.
word. I would have never said a word. If I
Keep
saw
it
that.
secret, keep it safe.
Keep it safe.
I had this
My precious.
theory
Yeah, hit me with it.
about yoga pants and men. So yoga pants are like kryptonite to many people.
Right.
Boxer briefs are the male equivalent of yoga pants.
Okay.
It's
How
just
so?
it drives girls nuts.
Do they like them?
They
but
love
see, for
them.
me, it's never been that way because I look a little bit like, if I wear those, I look a little bit like an ice cream cone that started to melt in the sun. You know? Where it's like you get the sides of it over and they just start to sag a little bit. It's not flattering for me. Like, you got that still young, nubile body.
Yeah, see,
You know?
I can't speak for melty ice cream cones, but for people
They can't
like
speak for themselves either.
yeah, they can't.
Kill me.
It looks a little like chocolate malted crunch. Have you ever had that ice cream?
No.
But it's like I've spoken to many a female friend, and all of them are like, "You gotta like boxers are like nah, you gotta switch to the boxer."
I know.
Boxers.
My wife said
It's
the same
way
thing.
to
My
go.
wife was like, "You got to do it. I can't stand looking at you in boxers. You look ridiculous." And I'm like, "It's freeing.
Why?
It's so much more comfortable,
freeing.
for sure. It just feels so much better.
No, I like the boxer briefs. I
I can't
like
deal with it.
That's
I
because
do
you
it
wear-
now though because I'm like, it's better for me.
It is better
well,
for you.
now you've got
trying to have
a
kids?
girlfriend,
Well, notice it. I do,
and she has
Yeah.
she sees you
a
in that
girlfriend.
but no. But in
His
any way, it's like
girlfriend.
You just got to do it. You never know
No.
who you got to get naked in front of.
There's an essential.
I do. That's what
There's an
getting married is
essential
about.
issue to the boxer brief though that we're ignoring. Now I don't know what you guys are working with. You know, I don't really want to know what you guys are working with.
I'm packing like a
I'm
mid-size
really-
Honda.
I'm happy with what I'm working with, and this is the problem that I've encountered for a long time since I
Let me ask you
attempted
this
boxers.
question.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question before we go into this. When you go to rent a car,
Mhm.
are you going to the compact,
Oh, no.
the mid-size, the sedan, the sports car, or the
I
expedition?
feel like I'm in a sedan.
Why did you put a sports car in there? What does that even mean?
It's accurate. I
It's
don't know. It doesn't-
expensive. It's an expensive.
No, because you're compensated.
It's sleek,
You're
What does that
compensated.
even mean?
You're compensated. I'm in a sedan.
Yeah, in the sedan.
And what I'm really proud
Like a
of.
Cadillac, or are we talking like an Acura?
I'm talking like a Cadillac, but one of the ones your grandma used to drive.
Oh, that's a big boat.
Yeah.
That is a where do you park that thing? You
Like
know
a
what I mean?
Buick.
Anywhere you
Like a
want.
Buick, yeah.
The answer to that.
Back in the suburbs, you park that shit wherever you want to
Park
park it.
wherever you want. A lot of
Park it in
curb
the
space.
fucking driveway. Park it on the street.
That's beautiful.
Park it in the garage.
Are we talking about parking now?
So
I'm really not good at parking.
the Achilles heel of the boxer brief is that because they hug you so tightly, I often find that my balls just pop right out of the hole.
Do they?
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
The whole
Hold
of the
on.
boxer brief?
so
No. Boxer briefs?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Are you talking about briefs? That happens to me with
No,
briefs.
the boxer briefs are no.
Boxer briefs are the same thing as
No.
briefs. They just
No, they're
got
not.
longer
Briefs.
legs.
I haven't worn briefs since I was like 8 years old.
I love
The-
briefs.
Briefs are back.
Let's all start wearing briefs.
But no, boxer briefs, like where I'm like, it's just like, I'm like, you can kind of feel when like
Things
your
aren't where
dicks
they're supposed
are
to be, yeah.
hanging out basically. Like, I feel like I have a problem every once in a while where like something's sticking out,
Interesting.
something's like popping out.
That's
I can't
that's
do briefs
actually
because my
dangerous
balls
though,
come
because
out of
if
the
you
briefs.
don't know that's
Always.
there,
Are you
there
sure?
could be some complications with zippers.
Are you sure you're wearing the right size of boxer? Why is the elastic so shot in the leg holes?
I think he's talking about the front, the little pocket.
Think about it. Like, I don't know what you guys like. When you pee and you take it, you don't pull your pants down like you're a
Wait,
7-year-old.
hold on. This is the crazy part.
What?
Did we just find out that you actually use the pee hole?
Yeah.
The sewn-in pee hole. I don't.
Wait,
you were
so
the first person I've ever met in my
Wait, so
entire
you
life.
guys pull your boxers down,
Boxer briefs.
boxer briefs,
Whatever
down.
we're wearing.
No. I unzip my pants. Like I'll take,
Oh,
actually-
that hole is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right.
No. I actually I don't unzip my pants. I just take.
You don't unzip your pants.
No, I unzip the zipper.
Oh, okay.
And then I reach in
Yeah.
through the hole.
Yeah.
Pull it out. Pee. Poke it back in. Shuffle
Shimmy,
around
do
a
your
little bit.
shimmy. Do your shimmy.
To make sure everything's back in place.
Yeah.
Zip it back up, and then I'm good to go.
No, I do the opposite. If I could, I would do the thing that little kids do.
Oh, where you pull
they
your
walk
pants
up
down?
and just drop it off.
Isn't that
And
awkward?
just talk to
it's
people.
the worst.
But you were one of those people once doing that.
I was. I would
As
still
of
do
2 years ago.
True story. My brother, when he gets drunk, is still that person in bathrooms.
Oh
if we're in anywhere, he just thinks this is the funniest thing, and I agree. I can't not laugh.
Wait.
It
So is
just
this
makes me-
rare? Is this rare? Is this like when I figured out that it was weird that I stood up when I wiped my ass?
Like that thing has won awards for being the most useless invention in
That's
the entire
fucking
world.
insane. It's not useless. You have to pull down your pants.
The boxer briefs I wear don't even have the hole anymore.
Some of mine are sewn
Like
up.
you have to pull
sewn
down your
up.
waistband. Michael
I do
Kors, he
everything.
knows what's
Oh
up.
yeah, no, mine don't have holes either.
What?
Mine have holes.
But you don't use them.
This is fashion, not function.
No, I don't. And here's why I don't use them, because I'm like meticulous about not like, especially the urinal, which I feel, by the way, I've talked about this before. I still feel is the most degrading invention in the history of the inventions. Like making men physically watch each other pee and stand next to each other, I think is degrading. I'll go out and say it. But I'm also
No one's making you watch anyone.
you see it at
Maybe
your
you're
peripheral.
doing that.
You know, in marching
Every
band,
once in a while you see it though. Like
in marching band, I had to
Here we go, another
build
marching
up
band story.
my peripheral vision so you could stay in rank, you know, in line with people beside you when you were marching the block. And so I have insane peripheral vision, like insane. And so I have to focus on the wall.
Can we
but
make that
inevitably,
shirt, please?
Yeah.
Insane peripheral vision.
but inevitably, like unless there's one of those little dividers, you're gonna, it's there. You know it's there. You
I
can-
have never once peed next to you where at some point you didn't make direct eye contact with me. And that's a true story.
I like to do this. Craig, pretend like you're peeing.
All right.
I like to walk up. Like scooch back a little so you can see.
Oh,
me.
I'm fucking. I
I
got
like
a
to
dog.
walk up and I go like this.
Yeah. And then we'll just start a conversation.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that no.
Also, I
Nick
love
got me in
Nick's
trouble.
walk.
My Muppet walk.
Yeah.
Nick got me in trouble because like he got me so used to talking at the urinal that I then started. He did it to me, and I was like, "Oh, you're a cool dude. We'll talk. No big deal." And I'm fine with that. But then I did it to somebody else who was not cool with it. I was like,
down
"Oh,
with it.
sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a normal person."
I used to get
I
Clements
hang out with.
every single time. Every single time. I
Yeah,
get
no,
Clements.
Clements didn't do it. I remember.
I don't like talking.
not
I don't
like
like
it.
talking in the bathroom.
I think I smacked your ass the other day while you were peeing.
You did.
Yeah.
You smacked my ass today.
But while he was peeing.
No,
Yeah.
that's there's a line.
And Tim
right there.
definitely pees like one of the kids with his ass just hanging out, and I was like, "Gah, no panty lines
Yeah,
here." Huh?
no panty lines at all.
I occasionally will walk up behind people though, people that I have an extremely good relationship with, and I will give them a push.
That's disgusting.
Like I'll just
No,
push
you
them a
don't do
little.
that.
You know what I don't
That's
like?
not nice.
You know what I
I
don't
will
like?
do that occasionally.
I've encountered this problem recently. And it's a bit of a troubling problem. When you're at a urinal or you're waiting for a urinal and a person's done, they flush the toilet, right? They flush it hopefully, or it flushes automatically. You walk up to it.
The piss
It's
mist.
still flushing the piss mist.
Yeah.
This is a major problem for me because I feel like you're walking into a cloud that's probably mostly water, but also pee. And I'd almost rather you just left your piss in the fucking thing, and I'll flush it myself when I'm done.
Well, you got the automatic toilets now. It's not even.
yeah,
It's
but
not even trying to pull the button
I don't know.
here.
It's just an issue to me.
Those
I just-
things are the worst. The automatic toilets.
What are
yeah,
you
they
talking
don't.
about?
They don't
They're-
work for shit.
They don't work, and when they do work, they don't work the way you want them to work, and they're always either underpowered or overpowered. That's my thing. So when they
some of
flush,
these will suck
you get the gorillas in the mist like come up and everything, and all of a sudden you're like, well, that's awesome, and you have to like wipe down your legs on some of these things, you know, because there's so much fury going on down
Some of these
there.
things will suck a fart out of your asshole, dude.
They're
like
powerful.
straight up. And I just, you know, that was troubling to me, but also troubling to me was just the automatic flushers generally on the actual toilets themselves, because this made me realize that I am a rare breed that stands when I wipe.
Yes.
So like it just flushes like over and over again when I'm done. You know, like
I hate the ones where you go in there, you flush the toilet, then you put the seat cover down, and then you turn. But as you turn, that like triggers it, and
yeah.
you're like, God, damn it.
See, that's gotta be hard for you though. Do you use the gasket when you sit in public restrooms?
The gasket.
What do you mean?
The little the paper that you know.
Oh,
and you put it on.
yeah, of course.
You know, like the horseshoe, and you.
I have
little thing.
I have a tradition at work specifically because like the bathroom's kind of gross at work, but
It's
not
disgusting.
as gross as like a real public
It's not
bathroom.
as
But it's
bad as,
pretty
like,
fucking close.
MetLife Stadium.
No, it's not as bad as MetLife Stadium. No. I wipe the seat down with toilet paper.
A lot of toilet
like
paper.
lots of
You
toilet
wad
paper.
that up.
Yeah.
And then I take another thing of toilet paper. I wipe the little pee part that's there.
The section where
Yeah,
the seat
actual,
doesn't
like-
meet.
Like well, like just like that's exposed, just
Yeah,
to make sure.
a little dam.
Yeah,
Like-
and then I throw it in. Then I flush the toilet.
Yeah.
Then I take the paper thing, I put it on. And then I sit down, and I poop, like I did today after we talked.
Okay.
Then I get up.
Not even really much after, as much as like mid talk.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta go.
to the
I gotta
bathroom.
go.
You gave us another minute and a half. You're like, I gotta go, and you were gone.
And then I wipe furiously, with while standing.
Yeah,
But
We've talked
because
about this.
What do you like? Do you like arc a leg up? So you can
No,
get,
I
like,
just
the
stand
angle
up
on
and
there?
I'm just like, wipe a little bit.
Sure.
And then, because I know it's weird because I was called out in college for it.
We talked about this in the show, I think. Yeah.
I kind of duck my head down so no one sees me standing up.
They can tell. There's enough motion of leg that they know something's happening.
And then I wipe. And I have a rule. I wipe until there's no more poop on the toilet paper. Then I wipe 2 more times.
2 more times.
Just to make sure, because sometimes it shows back up. Then you got to start again.
Do you do the thing? Do you wad or do you fold?
I fold.
You
I fold. Yeah. And actually, I have an interesting technique. I don't know if it's how you're gonna feel about it.
I'd like to hear it.
I take a lot of toilet paper. I make I fold up a few times. I wipe with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you fold it over.
You do the fold over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's all
So you
the
hide
shit's on
the
the
Butterfinger.
inside, and then you wipe again.
Yeah, I do that
And
too.
then you drop it in.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like you got to be judicious with using as much of the paper as you can.
Yeah, it's conservative.
But also, I just feel like, it's silly to take, expend all this energy getting more toilet paper. You don't need to do that.
That's why I do it.
It's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
It's the same method I use both in the toilet and then when I eat like tortillas and I dip in Nutella.
You dip tortillas
You
in
tortillas
Nutella?
Yeah, it's delicious.
That's fucking
Wait,
gross.
like real tortillas, salted tortillas in Nutella?
No, not like salted. I don't even know. No, like the whatever.
Oh,
the
a
flour
tortilla, not
tortillas.
I'm thinking chips. You mean?
No,
Oh, that's
no.
tasty. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I used to do.
Nutella's weird.
I used to take a
Nutella's
flour
amazing.
tortilla, and I'd put peanut butter and jelly in it. Roll that bad boy up.
That sounds good.
It's really good.
Fuck yeah.
I'm still looking for the Ben and Jerry's ice cream that has the raspberry core of jelly. I found the others, but I haven't found this one.
Is Ben and Jerry's? Do you like Ben and Jerry's more than you like 31 flavors?
Yes.
Really? I've never been a Ben and Jerry's guy.
Okay.
Can't do it.
Get an America Cone Dream.
It's because you don't like Vermont.
That's true too.
That is known about me.
The great state of Vermont.
Love every other state.
Representing the great
Except for
Name
state.
one
Florida.
other thing that comes from Vermont other than
Cheese.
Ben and
I
I think of Wisconsin. It's something that Vermont is known, really known for above all else. There's only one other thing.
Don't they make a good Gouda?
There's only one other
Isn't
thing.
there like a Vermont Gouda that comes out of there?
Maybe. No one gives a shit about that.
I care about cheese.
Wisconsin is where the cheese is.
Oh, okay. Vermont. Skiing?
Syrup.
Maple
Syrup.
syrup. Yeah,
Because it's so close to Canada?
Canada.
No, they have a great syrup
They
manufacturer.
got their
I
trees.
didn't know that.
They got the trees up there. They tap.
Vermont's got Ben and Jerry's syrup. Really, really liberal people. Some pretty good mountains for skiing.
Yeah.
Shares a border with Canada.
That's fun. That's always cool.
I
Travel
think-
internationally with your feet?
Oh no, New Hampshire. That's New Hampshire. Old Man in the Mountain. Do you guys remember? You've never been to New Hampshire. What the fuck you know?
No.
So like
There was a-
is it
there
an
was a-
old
there-
wives' tale of this old man who lived in a mountain?
There's a part of a road going upstate New Hampshire where if you looked at it, it's on like the money, like how they did the commemorative quarters, and it's like a big thing in New Hampshire. It was Old Man in the Mountain. It was called. And I'm sure people that are up from up there have seen it or know what it is. And it's like when you drive at a certain angle coming around this thing, it looks like a person in the mountain.
Really?
And then like maybe 10 years ago, it fucking crumbled.
Oh, that's too bad.
And like it was just a natural thing. It wasn't like something that was carved out or whatever. But that was like they
Did people
still.
cry?
I'm sure someone was upset. I'm sure someone was upset about it
Okay.
somewhere.
So Tim, does that answer your question about panty lines?
Oh yeah. But before we get off this,
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out because I'm not a fan of the panty lines. We're not. None of us are. We really kind of decided that.
It just seems like a faux pas.
It's
a
faux pas.
fashion.
I don't know if it's something that anyone's a fan of.
So I will say the one thing I am a fan of, the one time I am a fan of it,
Mm-hmm.
is when it's those. I don't know what the type of underwear is, but the ones that kind of cut the cheeks in half.
Boy shorts. No?
Are those boy shorts?
No, those aren't boy shorts. I don't know what they're
They're
called.
like
either.
even
Sunrise.
smaller than boy shorts. I've heard them referred to as cheeksters, but that sounds like some.
Call your girlfriend. Put her on
slang.
speakerphone.
She
She'll
won't-
tell
she
us.
won't know. She
really?
won't know.
She's not one
Call
of these
Alexis
fashionistas?
right now. She'll know.
She's a straight.
That's a really good one.
Call Alexis right now. She'll know.
She's a straight blonde girl.
Thong girl.
Thong girl. Thank you.
Exclusive.
I was like, why would that mean anything?
No.
I don't. You call her.
So thongs are still in. I thought thongs were.
No, thongs are in forever. That's like,
Really? 'Cause I felt
no,
like
but a lot of
thongs
girls,
came
a
and
lot of
went.
girls don't like wearing them. It makes like they're uncomfortable with it. It's like a special occasion thing. But then some are just exclusive.
In Southern California, every girl that I knew used to wear just the G-string, not even the thong. It was
Yeah.
like
Well,
the-
I mean,
it was like
whatever.
the
Same
little
thing.
pieces of
Yeah, little fisherman's wire.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Floss.
But when these cheeksters or whatever they're called,
we're getting to the bottom of it right
seeing the lines of those.
You calling her?
now.
You call Linda?
No.
Oh God.
Let's call Linda.
Don't
we're
call
not gonna
Linda.
call
Leave
Linda.
Linda alone.
Who you
Dude,
calling?
let's call Linda.
Alexis. She'll
Okay.
know. She's a fashionista.
Hello.
Alexis, it's Greg Miller. You're on the Game Over Greggy show. How are you?
Oh no.
It's okay. It's a simple question for you. We're talking about panty lines and underwear and all this other stuff. For girls,
Yes.
what are the underwear that like comes down on an angle on the butt cheeks?
Like cuts the butt
They
cheek
come
in
down-
half. The half
They come
underwear.
down to what?
The half underwear that are like it's not a thong by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not a full one like completely cupping a butt cheek, but it cuts the butt cheek in half.
Oh, boy shorts?
That's what I
Or
guess
hip
is-
huggers, they call them.
Hip huggers or boy
No,
boy shorts.
not the ones. The ones that like literally.
Puppies.
Let me see this thing.
It's a phone. What?
No, the boy shorts.
That goes like half the butt, but they're like boy shorts.
Are they boy shorts? Because I thought boy shorts were like actually like went down farther than the cheek.
Yeah, they do.
No, the boy shorts kind of like they go right above like that little part where like the cheek actually meets the thigh, where that little like.
No, but Tim's talking about the ones that like actually like
Half the
bisect, like they dissect the cheek. They're midway between the boy short and the thong, not the G-string. Midway between boy short and thong.
Brazilian kind of cut.
Yes, those are the ones that Tim likes.
What's the one that's like between the boy shorts and the thong?
Are you asking Alfredo?
No, I'm bringing in my sister for this. Yeah.
Oh, put Ellie on the phone. What you up? How's she doing?
Good. I think this is a Brazilian.
Okay, we'll go with Brazilian for
We're
now.
looking it up right
I like
now.
that. That sounds good.
All right, look it up. We'll hold. We'll move on to the next thing.
No, we won't, because then that'll be a terrible broken video.
Good point.
We're all on this right now, trying to figure this.
All right, while you look that up, there's one other thing you can do in a bathroom that freaks people out, and it's very, very, very immature. Those aren't them.
This is it, right?
No, that one. That's one he's talking about. What is that?
Oh, this. I don't even know what it is.
What does that say?
Yeah.
That's the one he's talking
This is
about.
Brazilian underwear.
Okay, it
There
is
you
the
go.
Brazilian.
You're right.
Alexis, you were right.
I enjoyed the image number 2 is a dude with like
Brazilian.
It's the Brazilian.
his penis right there.
Yeah.
Greg, why are you looking?
Brazilian.
That one works too.
Okay.
Like, just convinced there's like an official name for it.
Go ahead.
No, Brazilian
Turn it on,
makes
show
sense.
the
That makes
camera.
sense. Why are you looking at that?
Because I put in Brazilian underwear, Nick, and that's what came up as search result 2.
That looks like Fran's underwear.
Get out. Oh,
All right.
jeez. Thank you, Alexis.
No problem. They're called the Cheeky Panty, Victoria's Secret official.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Cheekies.
Thank you.
That's
All right.
it.
There you go. Shut up. It's over. Time up.
So yeah,
I'll have to
going
think
back to it, I'm a fan of the VPL as it's called,
of the VPL.
the visible panty lines.
You are a fan of that.
On with those. Because
Why?
when you see, I don't know, because that's on purpose, but it's not showing too much, like with the thong coming out. That's just like, hey, I'm fun, but I'm not too fun.
I'll be honest. If I'm seeing any of that, I'm probably happy.
Now
Any
Colin
of it.
is Google image searching giant penis. Gigantic
What is that? Is that an
penis.
elephant? What is that?
Elephantitis, probably, yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
We can't show that one on the
None
air.
of this was really what I'm looking for here.
Yeah, these are all like joke giant penises. These aren't real deal giant penises.
Safe search off. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, you got safe search on?
I don't know. It's default iPad.
If you search for giant penis and that's what's coming up, safe search is definitely
Yeah,
on.
that's like a scientific drawing of a penis.
All right. I think that answers the panty line question.